West Coast Podcast, baby. West Coast Podcast. West Coast Podcast, baby. West is here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the West Coast Podcast, episode 142. This is a great day because we are here. The three of us are in power, here to give you guys a great Sunday hour. Rhymed accidentally, I'll take it. Let me introduce the panel to you. Zach, the main man / provider. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. We're celebrating 30 years of Raw. We got a lot to talk about. And before I even get going on anything else, let me just say this. Whoever guesses why I'm going to say this number, you are in control of promo school today. Otherwise, I have something planned. 4. If you are in the chats, if you get it before Eric and Knock, you are in charge of promo school. 4. Why did I just say 4? This is a wrestling podcast. Other than that, doing very well.
Yeah, be the first to figure out what's so important about the number 4. Is it the amount of backgrounds you have, split up?
Oh gosh.
No.
Oh, damn. And of course, the final boss. Sorry, the final boss, the ex-leader of the ex-brotherhood. Knock, how you doing?
Man, the brotherhood fell, but the final boss is still here. Another week, another great success. The podcast is here, man. Thanks for everyone jumping in the chat. We're at 854 subs, closer and closer to 900 on the journey to 1K. So get us there, man. If you like what you're seeing, if you like what you're listening to, hit the like button. Find us on all the socials, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We're even on SoundCloud or Spotify, one of them still, right? Just check us out everywhere you can find us. If you want to see some old stuff, old West Coast pop in the early days, check out some of those other ones.
If you want to see when 3 was 4 once upon a time, check it. Is it because of how many people started the podcast?
No.
Damn.
The fun fact. There was 4.
We already got a guest from Prime Time, says the 4 horsewomen.
No, not it.
Well,
that would have been too easy, Prime.
That would have been. But we've got a pretty great show for you guys. We're gonna be talking about the Raw 30 years. We've got we're gonna be remembering Jay Briscoe, of course, and we've got a discussion / debate segment coming up. But of course, we've got to talk about this week in wrestling. So first off, let's head it over to the man who used to take the bullets. Now he gets to take all the glory. He gets to enjoy. He waited for so long for it to be good. It's finally here. Zach, what's going on Monday Night Raw?
Oh man, more bloodline stuff. Weird stuff going on with the potential Hurt Business. I don't know how they're going to do this storyline wise. If this is the reunion of the Hurt Business, I don't know if Street Profits are involved. I don't know. Omos is. It's just really weird stuff that was done in here. Elias lost to Omos. Judgment Day beat Alpha Academy. Io Sky lost to Mission, and we had a Bianca and Bliss segment where Uncle Howdy was in the walkway doing a weird little dance and threw off Bianca Belair. Tozawa had a Royal Rumble qualifying qualifier match.
That just doesn't make no sense.
Well, all right. I know we usually say that, but you know what? For Tozawa, I think I'm okay with that.
What does he have to prove?
Is he going to win?
I gotta say this. So he has been getting a nice push on Raw. He's been legitimate. He does throw tiny bits of comedy in there. So I'll give him credit for using Tozawa as a real competitor. But he lost to Bronson Reed. And we had the Raw XXX US title championship 6-way with Bobby Lashley taking it. He will face Austin Theory on Raw Goes Pornography.
So we've got the Banger Bros, which WWE knows what that is. We've got Raw as XXX.
Yep.
Are they? Did this Mandy Rose stuff have happened at the worst time?
I was just about to say that.
Or they just like, screw it, we got rid of her, now we can just go all out. It's weird, man. Anything jump out about Raw for you, Knock?
That's the usual stuff, man. I'm happy to see Mia getting some wins, man. A big win against Io. Definitely can see that being a feud. Just do the Hurt Business right this time around. That's all I'm gonna say. Just do them right. Let them control it. Let them run it. I'm excited to see that happen.
We've got another guest for you, Zach. 4 decades of Monday Night Raw? ? From Primetime. And there's your answer.
What, he got it?
No, he was. It's 3
No.
decades of Raw. We're celebrating the 30th
Oh.
anniversary. If you're just joining
I
us,
was about to say.
if you're just joining us, guess why Zach mentioned the number 4. If you get it correctly, then you get to control promo school.
Last things to talk about here. Not sure if you're going to touch on it too. Nikki Cross was used in the crowd very, very well. Actually, I didn't even know she was there until the segment was almost over. I had to go back and rewind. Ezekiel and Elias, I do believe what was put on Monday night will do 2 faces of Foley. He will. I say Carmelo is going to be in it for sure, and I will say this will happen for sure. Ezekiel will enter. Elias will enter. He will get eliminated. He will go in the back. He will shave, and Ezekiel will enter the Royal Rumble.
Wow. I can see it, man. This is the best time to do it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Becky Lynch and Bailey stuff has been on fire for me. I love the promos to them, and they really built up the steel cage, which I hope is the main event for next week. Potentially Lita being a special guest referee. Bailey goes and tell Becky Lynch, you're only famous because you got punched in the face. You only became the man because you got punched in the face by another woman. Bailey bringing some heat. Becky brought the heat back, of course. So just I'm loving it. We're finally getting a feud between. This is the only 2 horsewomen that we haven't seen feud with each other yet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. We didn't see
Yeah, it's
them
the first-
when Bailey was SmackDown Women's Champion. They never crossed paths.
No, I think that was they just missed each other.
Huh. Okay. I'm looking forward to that. All right. I believe that's everything from Monday Night Raw, unless you guys think of anything else. Alrighty.
No.
That's all I got.
Then let's head on over to the white and gold, see what's going on NXT. What's happening?
Did happen. I live streamed it, so I forgot it already.
That's right.
If you haven't checked it out, check out the nice stream from Zach on last week's NXT Tuesdays. It was a good, nice surprise stream from Zach.
That's why you gotta subscribe, so you know when the goodness comes, when Zach takes over the internet and makes wrestling better.
I forgot what happened. If anyone in the chats knows, I totally forgot. I just remember the New Day, their segment got cut because of the Jay Briscoe news. Cut that live on air. That was heavy, but they mentioned that on air on NXT. But the segment that got cut was a funeral scheduled for Pretty Deadly's title defenses. That's why they were dressed like that. They did a nice pivot, and Shawn Michaels made the call to mention Jay Briscoe on air.
Yeah, I was very classy at WWE all across the board throughout this week. I actually didn't catch much of this NXT. Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't catch much of it, but I did know that this past week they went to Australia and had a few matches. We had the Toxic Attraction effect with JC Jane, Gigi Dolan, and what's his name? Grayson Waller against Bronson Reed, the other Lyra Valkyrie and Roxanne Perez.
Okay.
So solid matches there, and it's good to see all of them in Australia. New Day, of course, there as well. Really expanding the NXT brand.
Yeah.
There's some funny moments that came out of it. Someone playing a referee by mistake.
Yeah.
But,
More build up for the women's match. Stuff going on between Toxic Attraction. I don't say basic stuff, but stuff that we've seen already. But then again, NXT is kind of developmental, so I'm not expecting any greatness coming from a tag team that's not going to split.
Yeah, and I think this was the week also Sol Ruka got a big win over Alba Fire. I did not see that happen. Hit her with a Soul Snatcher, just the move that's sweeping the nation. I think this is cool. I think she's going to have to figure out, the next step is to figure out another setup for this, because it's going to get a little old seeing it the same way. This one felt a little forced, but if she can figure out some other setups for it, it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, there's some potential there. From what I've been seeing, like sporadically, because I don't watch NXT, because it's gone for me. But I see some clips every now and then, and yeah, I agree. All right, let's head on over to the greatest damn show ever. The show that should have
Impact
been
Wrestling early. Let's go.
I swear to. You know what? Let's get it out of the way. I don't want to hear it later. Let's get it out of the way.
Hold on, actually, we can hold off because our Impact aficionado, our favorite Impact subscriber is not here yet.
Disgusting. Why? What? AEW Dynamite. What happened on AEW Dynamite, Nog? Talk about a good wrestling show.
Yeah. This was a good week, and this wasn't the Kia Forum week. They're out in Fresno. We got a good match between Willow and Toni Storm. So I love the whole Willow powers up. She does the whole Kurt Angle straps down and really gets the crowd into it. Really cool power ups there. They both going back and forth. She pounces Toni Storm, going for the victory, but Toni Storm gets the win. Saraya, surprising to us, attacks Willow post match. Looks like we're setting up them having a nice heel turn or giving them some edge. Some people have been saying online, I can't see it too, a nice blood and guts happening coming soon between the women, the first ever blood and guts. And looks like they're positioning themselves for that. Hikaru Shida is still on the fence on who she's with. But this early in Saraya's return, do you think it's a good idea to turn her heel?
Yeah. I mean, I think AEW does a lot of like this person's returned and they're a face for a while. It's refreshing to have someone return and just be an asshole, be a jerk. So yeah, it's refreshing.
How about you, Zach? I personally think this is like crowd driven. I don't think Saraya is getting the response they were looking for. Like I think they were looking for that CM Punk cheers for months and months. And even last week at the forum, she wasn't getting the big booms of cheering. It was all for Britt and Jamie.
Yeah, this is 100% crowd related because they had lists of feuds for her to go through and do programs, and now it's going to be pillars or AEW originals against non. And first of all, if you do this, it's just very weird for me to have Ruby Soho turn on Willow after what they went through last week.
Yeah.
Secondly, Willow cannot be an original. Willow can't be. She's been in other stuff. She's been in ROH beforehand. She's great. She should just not be in the originals when you got people like Penelope Ford and other people sitting on the sidelines who are barely even on TV.
I agree.
We know are there. And then if this does go over, it'll go past when Mercedes fights in San Jose, and
I think we lost your mic there, Zach.
Might have lost him for a second there.
All right.
But I think what he's getting at, it might be past when Mercedes fights in San Jose against Kyrie, so we can finally get that debut to set up that match. If they have a blood and guts for the women, Mercedes has to be in it. You know how huge that'll be for television? You might hit 2 million.
Yeah. And I will say, like, if they do AEW originals versus newcomers, I think we've said it a couple times on the show. The originals have to be the face. You can't really have the people representing your company be the bad guys and lose.
I mean, at this point, if Jamie Hayter's on your side, it's harder. People are not booing her.
Yeah,
she's huge.
Yeah, so I think it's perfectly fine if I mean, they're the attraction. Saraya and possibly Mercedes would be the attraction, but they'd have to be the heels and possibly take the first L.
Yeah, the division is shaping up very nicely, so this is really cool to see. Zach, are you back?
I think so.
Yeah, he's back.
Also, if you're just joining us, Zemo, I know you just joined us. How you doing there, buddy? If you can guess why Zach is flashing the number 4, why he's obsessed with number 4 this episode, then you can control promo school. What is the number 4 referencing? And also, this isn't something that happened on AEW, but Zemo did bring it up, or Nubico also brought it up. Wait until we talk about Warner Bros. Discovery. We talked about how NXT, Shawn Michaels made the call to mention Jay Briscoe on the show, and it's come out that Warner Bros. Discovery blocked any tribute show for Jay. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's the right call? Do you think it's a cold call? What do you guys think?
I'll let Zach take this one first.
I don't think it's really the right call. There could be parameters for it, but I mean, based on what Warner Brothers is putting out, I'll just say this. If you're going to promote Velma, which stuff that I've seen is pretty racist, to be honest, and very sexist. If you're going to promote that and be okay with it, I don't see why you cannot be okay with honoring someone who passed the day before, who is technically part of your company or your company's sister company, who has apologized for what he said 10 years ago.
Right. I mean, because there has to be some sort of line. Because Sammy said things that we know about, and they're past that. I feel like there's a line that Jay should. I don't know. There's something there. I hope that Tony Khan remembers that he has a YouTube show, in AEW Dark. I know it's gonna suck because it's not like real AEW, but if you can't do it on TV, maybe you can do something on YouTube with Dark. You dedicate the whole show to Jay, and you actually have like
Well,
your main
it's
wrestlers.
it's funny you mentioned that, 'cause I think that was announced that the same day. So they got blocked from doing the show on Dynamite, but they're after Dynamite finished, they taped a tribute show for Ring of Honor. So Ring of Honor is gonna have on their Honor Club. It's gonna be free, even if you're a subscriber or not. You're gonna have a tribute show to Jay, and it's gonna go on YouTube as well.
Okay.
So you'll be able to catch it there. And he also stated that there'll be more tribute shows down the line, like when they can finally like not rush it, get some more people, because they flew some people last minute.
That's even better than it being on Dark. That's ROH's place. That's even better.
Yeah.
Maybe they name something that is on there in ROH moving forward. Or you have some kind of tournament. Who knows?
I think so, man. Tag team tournament for them, it would be insane.
Oh,
Because I mean,
Yeah.
they are the tag team. Like, there's the American Wolves. You got Kevin Steen, Generico, Hardy's Young Bucks, but like Briscoes are on top of it. I think they're like 14-time tag champs. Like, come on. And he was a world champ there too, man. He is Ring of Honor.
twice.
So here's a question for you. When we lost Eddie, Ray got a huge push, became world champion. And this isn't the cash in. This isn't about money. It's just, do you think it's honor the legacy if Mark were to go on a run as ROH world champion right now?
I think so. Just like, obviously don't force it. Just make it organic. Make a good story. And I don't know what he's going through emotionally right now. So I think whatever time he needs, let him, do what he has to do. And then if he's ready to come back, just do that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But yeah, we can agree. Warner Brothers messed up. Really, really messed up decision. But RIP to Jay. I want to give a shout out to Mustafa Ali because he put out a tweet or something a while ago pointing out how it's great to see all this love coming out for Jay as soon as it came out. But only thing that sucks is that he's not here to see it. So give your flowers to people when you can. So if there's any wrestlers out there you guys really appreciate, or just any people in your life you appreciate, give them a shout out. I really appreciate these two guys. Every week we host this show, and I probably talk to them. I know I talk to them more. I talk to my own family. So much love for you too.
Appreciate you too, guy.
Same to you, man. I know I hate on the Justice League, but Eric the guy, not the CEO. Eric the guy is a good guy.
That's
just don't take any money bets from him.
Hit me up.
Don't take any money advice. Yeah. Let me see the chat. Yeah, everyone's on the same page. Like Warner Brothers, man, they're not looking like hypocrites. Warner Brothers doesn't look good right now.
Yeah.
13-time champs. Thank you, Dubiko. 13-time champs.
Oh, okay. Here's some CM Persona X pointed out that I did not realize. His last match and Brody's last match were dog collar matches.
Yeah. Man.
I wanted to ask you guys if you wanted to do not only is it worth it, but just like a tribute watch along to his matches. Definitely still want to do it, but let us know in the comments what match would you like to see us do a watch along for. A Briscoe's match or just a Jay match 1-on-1. Let us know.
Yeah. I'm glad we got Zemo in the chat. I think Zemo, what are some of your favorite Jay Briscoe matches? Newman Co as well, if you got any. I was seeing some pop up. I think on maybe Zach's stream. I think I've seen a few pop ups. People were saying some stuff.
Yeah, we did a Jay Briscoe themed trivia, and a lot of people talking about the matches. The ladder match with Adam Cole, to unify the titles. The match with Kevin Steen. A lot of good ones on there. So there's a list, and the tag matches, they're just, I guess you'd say like the Usos or the Young Bucks. You can just watch one, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, one I always say is like the American Wolves versus the Briscoes. Those are like, to me, that was like the two heavyweight tag teams going at it. You got the Hardys, you got the Young Bucks, of course.
Yep.
You got Jay Briscoe and Samoa Joe. He had a great singles run as well.
Yeah.
Good.
If you aren't familiar with his matches, I unfortunately did not get to watch him during his run that much. I wasn't really watching that faithfully. ROH just uploaded, I think, a couple of his matches for free. If you go on YouTube and look up like on the ROH channel, there's some matches you can watch just for free. So Get in there.
Put this one out there if you can find it. I know we talked about it on the show during the pandemic. Jay and Mark faced each other on ROH. Nobody, there's no one in ROH. There's no screens, there's nothing, and you could hear everything. Everyone in ROH handled it so well and made every move so impactful. You couldn't hear each other communicate. They did a good job with the cameras on there. One of the best matches in the pandemic era was Jay and Mark Briscoe fighting each other because they just communicated with their eyes the whole time, and it was a great match.
Was that the one? Because I saw ROH upload something with like they fight on the farm, or was it like an actual? Like,
Yeah.
There's both, so you can find the farm ones. Those are really good.
All right, the farm. I know ROH uploaded, so you can definitely see that one on YouTube now.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about with AEW Dynamite? Anything else that happened?
You definitely want to talk to some. I thought tonight was the night Orange Cassidy was going to lose his belt to Jay Lethal. I was really rooting for that. I was hoping for that. They got to get the belt off Orange Cassidy, in my opinion. It's time to get it on someone who can give you some classic matches. And I think Jay Lethal would have been that guy. Plus, I'm loving what Jeff Jarrett is doing. But I'm gonna stop talking about T-Day.
Thank you.
Top Flight.
Prayers have been answered.
For now, Top Flight got a big upset victory over the Young Bucks. Quality stuff there. They're looking good. Darby Allin versus Kushida was great. Good to see Kushida on another big stage. Shout out to Darby for getting a victory. So Darby got this victory and then immediately flew out with Sting to Japan and had his match with team with the Great Muta for Pro Wrestling Noah, which is if you guys haven't seen it, Sting makes an entrance out of this, which is amazing. I'm gonna talk later on in the show about Pro Wrestling Noah and all stuff going over there because they had a big week, one of their biggest weeks in the company history. So I'm definitely gonna talk about that soon when we get to news and rumors. But for AEW, yeah, Ricky Starks took on Jake Hager. This was all right, nothing crazy. Right. But the match you need to see, Eric, Bandito versus Bryan Danielson.
Oh, God, I was really looking forward to that match. I didn't get to watch it. I'm gonna go back and watch it.
I'm not gonna say anything, but damn, Danielson could do any style. The great counters, and a great finish. So like very solid match. Got a decent amount of time. I could have took maybe 10 more minutes if they had the time, but very solid stuff there. This is what I want to see from Danielson. His catalog of AEW matches is through the roof.
Yeah, actually, somebody put up like a whole post of like every big match he's had since he joined AEW.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
He's really put AEW on his back a little bit.
Yeah.
He has. Why are you praising Jeff Jarrett? Why are you praising this match at all? Okay, we're gonna have two people fight. We're gonna dog Jay Lethal out again, and then we're gonna do this bull crap on the side here with Double J, the Ultimate Carney, distracting everyone from what could be a great match and distracting everyone from Jay Lethal, as if Tony Khan being distracted from how great Jay Lethal isn't bad enough.
Listen, man, let us know in the chats, man. Has Jeff Jarrett's AEW run been a success or something you're sick of at this moment? Because I'm loving it. He's proven why TNA was so successful for so long. The founder.
All right, Global Force, Jared. We'll talk about him later.
Global Force is cool.
Here.
All right. If you see, so Jarrett had 3 companies. It was Global Force Wrestling, TNA Impact Wrestling, and Ring Ka King. Did you see Ring Ka King? He was in India way before. He was in the Middle East way before Vince McMahon had the idea.
So this dude had 3 chances and he struck out.
Hey, it was a success for a long time. Okay, it was a success for a while.
Knock. You can enjoy GoBots. I'll play the Transformers. The other thing that really sucked here on the show is Hangman Adam Page talking to Moxley's wife. What was this? Was he trying to like slip into Mox? What?
That was super awkward. Because then at the end he says like maybe I should start mending some fences. He never says who. I get what they were going for, but for me it didn't work. I felt the same. It was kind of awkward.
He sounded like a school kid. So like, does he talk about me? Did he mention me? Does he like want to like what the hell is this?
You know what? I didn't even see it. But as a Hangman supporter, as a man who sees the greatness in Hangman, who sees the 6-shooter he carries on his waist, in the pants, and in the heart, I say this man can do no wrong.
He can do no wrong unless there's a microphone in front of him. Then it's all wrong.
I want to go back to the what was it, Orange Cassidy thing you said, knock about. It's time for him to drop it.
It's time.
Funny enough,
way overdue.
He now holds the record for most successful title defenses for a single championship.
I'm glad you brought that up because here's the thing: when did this happen? When were these title defenses racking up? Because I remember like 2.
You playing Fight Forever already?
So,
is already counting his matches of the AEW games when he's playing those games?
So if I remember correctly, he's had title defense. I want to say every week, almost every week when he first got title on Rampage. I want to say because as soon as he beat Pac, he fought Juice Robinson, he fought Trent, he fought Kip, and then I'm pretty sure he traveled a little bit with the title. He for a guy who's lazy, he did put in some kind of work.
Yeah, it's not clicking for me. It's not clicking for me. Get the belt off him, please.
Yeah.
Second thing, I wanted to take another shot at number 4. Is that how many minutes the women were on TV for Dynamite?
Oh, that's a good one, but no. If anyone wants to retime that, that's a good one. But I do believe they went through a commercial break, so.
Okay. If you just joined us again, Zach is obsessed with number 4. If you can guess why, you are in charge of promo school this episode. And the third thing I wanted to bring up was one more thing with Jay Briscoe. Somebody in the chat asked, have we seen the video where he's helping his daughter with her cheer routine? That was Alonzo who's asking.
Point that out, so that is a very touching one. Yeah.
Alrighty. I haven't, so I have to look it up. Primetime says he wants Jay Lethal to win the TNT title.
I totally take that. I just don't know what our Tony Khan thinks of him.
I think he's building a lot of trust in him. We're finally starting to see him on TV more regularly. Now he's just start picking up some victories.
I saw Jarrett during his match more than I saw Jay Lethal during his match.
That's okay. TNA aside, I don't like the fact that it took Jeff Jarrett for Jay Lethal to get on TV. That's something I will not understand.
Hey, it took Jeff Jarrett the first time.
You imagine if Jeff Jarrett didn't con Jay, he could have gone to WWE. He could have been rubbing shoulders with Cena. He could have been in Peacemaker season 2 with his best friend. They could have been best friends.
Oh, gosh.
He robbed.
That's it for Dynamite. Thank you.
Hey, he's best friends with the Nature Boy. Woo!
Actually,
what's better than that?
I would love to be best friends with Nate.
16 times. You know what this man has seen hanging around Ric Flair because of TNA Impact Wrestling?
Too much. What? Things that no man should see.
Lawsuit materials.
And with that,
it's a time.
Perfect timing because the Tilla has just joined the chat. Let's I'm not announcing that. I'm not announcing this.
We have to.
I'm not announcing.
Let's
get Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about Thursday's greatest show,
Stupid
Impact Wrestling on Access or anywhere else that'll rape your wallet and bank account for viewing.
I truly, truly hope they get a better TV deal, man. The crowd's been looking great. We've been looking at some really nice crowds, really good response. So Impact Wrestling, the greatest show, most charismatic show on there. The show that brings everyone and warms your heart.
Yeah,
glad to see Till in chat, Zemo in the chat. All right, let's start it up with the first match here. We had a no ropes knockout or submission pit fight.
I'm sorry, what?
Between the Speedball Mike Bailey.
They took the ropes away?
They took the ropes away.
They're so broke they can't afford ropes?
Listen, when you do a pit fight, do you need ropes? Do you see ropes in the octagon with UFC? No ropes.
This is the Airbnb there ropes for money.
My boy Josh Burnett, not bare knuckle fighting. He had a thing going on. Whatever they do, that wrestling, the Raw Underground. Come on, this is Impact.
That was Shane McMahon's greatest idea.
That he stole. Eric isn't using the most recent logo. I've been telling Eric this for weeks.
You know how
use the correct logo.
Lucky you are. There's no donkeys, no clowns. You take what you get.
That logo is from like at least 8 years ago.
Oh, you're so.
But getting into it, we have to put Deonna. Let's get into the show. We have to put Deonna Purrazzo's name up there for one of the best pile drivers in the game today. She hits newcomer Ashley D'Amboise, who you might have seen on AEW Dark Elevation, maybe some of Dynamite. She made her Impact debut and got wrecked, got dominated, got put to sleep by the virtuoso Deonna Purrazzo with a powerbomb pile driver. It looked like a snap pile driver. I mean, this thing was brutal. Check it out. 1, 2, 3. Deonna gets the victory. The no ropes pit fight between Speedball Mike Bailey and Kenny King was awesome. Really got the crowd into it. Yes, Deonna calls it the Queen's Gambit, and it is awesome. Kenny King got some good matches.
Like WWE's already using the Queen thing, but hey, that's cool.
Hey, not before Deonna. Kenny King gets in there, man. He does his handstand kick, doing some capoeira. But Speedball's too much for him. Hit him with fists, kicks. Eventually, he knocks him out with a knee while he's down, puts him to sleep there, gets the victory. Shout out to Speedball, might be able to get the victory. But this was the perfect duo to do this type of match like this. It was more MMA style, more karate type style, more looked like the Karate Kid out there, man. More fights going on. Some cool stuff there. I would love to see more of this from Impact Wrestling.
I'd love to see lots of Impact Wrestling.
And of course, Eric's favorite wrestler,
You better be talking about Michael Nakazawa.
the Milan Miracle.
Oh, that's right. Everywhere I go, I see WWE people.
Santino Marella
Everywhere I go.
debuts officially as the new director of Impact, bringing out his what do you call him? Like his vice president, his assistant, his partner in crime, Ernest the Cat Miller, legend, WCW legend, I believe. A lot of history there. So Impact has some new leadership, which I'm very excited about. So push the bullshit of Bischoff and Hogan from a decade ago. We got Marella in here to bring us to the new lands, to get us a new TV deal, to bring order. Santino Marella, the Cobra.
This man, I remember we did a tier list with finishers. I'm pretty sure this man said he hated the Cobra. He couldn't stand the Cobra.
I probably did, but that was before he got the Impact shine on him, the rub. He got the Impact rub on him.
Disgusting. That's disgusting.
What's next here? We had Taylor Wilde versus Killer Kelly in a battle. Great stuff here. I love what I'm seeing from Taylor Wilde. I'm glad she's back at wrestling, but Killer Kelly, nice. Push Killer Kelly for the next number one contender after Masha Slamovich. Now, Bully Ray comes out. He interrupts Mickie James. She's supposed to be celebrating. The last rodeo is over, but the hardcore country will live forever. And Bully Ray, the hater that he is, the sucker that he is, comes out, interrupts, gets all this heel heat. So that leads later on to Mickie James having an intergender match. Mickie James, Jordan Grace, and Kazarian versus Bully Ray, Tasha Steelz, and Savannah Evans. Of course, the new champ gets the victory. So good stuff here. And Tatilla says, what you say? Do you think Macklin will beat Josh Alexander for the Impact World title? I think he'll get a shot, but I do think he'll lose. He'll lose in a protected way, of course. But I think the person to take the title off Josh Alexander will be Kazarian, since he just fully signed. Or I think Kazarian is my leading pick right now. I think he's way overdue for a world title run. But Macklin's been awesome since he debuted for Impact. He found himself. He looks brutal. He's powerful, and he's very strong. I think that's all I'm gonna cover from Impact Wrestling. Oh, Dirty Dangle returns. Speaking of Steve Macklin, so Dirty Dangle versus Steve Macklin. But shout out to Steve. That spear he does into the turnbuckle is just vicious.
During that WWE, I bet.
You never seen it in WWE because the man could barely get two moves in.
This man was a national phenomenon. Go ahead.
Seriously, is the last rodeo over, and was the purpose of the last rodeo just for getting a championship? So can she lose now and still not retire?
No, I think the stipulation is still that. I think she loses, she's done.
So the last rodeo isn't over then. It confused me when I watch it because I watched that segment in the match, and
I do too. That the last rodeo is still going, but I'm pretty sure it's still like. I mean, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure she will. She loses, she's done. Zemo in the chat. I love
over.
Josh.
It's not over. Jade's at 49, 48, 50. What the fuck is going on?
Man, chat's rolling in here. Zemo, I love Josh, but if he drops a belt to anyone, I think it'll be Macklin. So Zemo agrees. He thinks it'll be Macklin as well. They have built him up, and even on the promo, if you watch Impact Wrestling, Macklin said, "Yo, you guys have been ducking me. You've been avoiding me. I've been running through this entire roster, and I still haven't got a title shot." So that should be the next match coming up. I'm rooting for Kazarian. I'm an old TNA guy, man. I thought Kazarian should have been world champ. So I hope one day he'll get it in the next year or so. Detailed talking about Impact must be torture for Eric. Let's keep it going. What else you got then? Impact Wrestling can go on and on and on, man.
They got a pay-per-view. They have like 2 pay-per-views next weekend. I'm not even joking. They have a Thursday show and 2 pay-per-views.
Yep, Thursday show. They got the Friday night pay-per-views. They have the digital media online. Check out Joe Hendrick, the Digital Media Championship. Looks better than the AEW World Championship, Eric. Talk about prestige. Talk about class. I haven't heard from Eric in a while, man. Is he still there? Is his mic working? Is he all right? Can we get a health check?
Impact Wrestling is proof that The humans have been alive for too long. Every second of Impact Wrestling is proof to me that we as a
Thanos
species
was right.
were not. Yes, that Thanos was right. That we as a species were not meant to evolve this far. Somewhere along the evolutionary chain, we took a left when we should have taken a right. Somewhere in our decision making, someone went back in time and decided to ruin everything that is good in the world. Santa Claus is dead. The Easter Bunny is not real because Impact Wrestling is a thing that happens every week. And next, I have to deal with 2 pay-per-view discussions next.
Hey, it might be 3. If Gail Kim has her way, it might be 3. Gail Kim put out this week that she wants the Knockouts to have a crossover all-women's pay-per-view with Stardom.
Cancel her.
Imagine that gold.
Cancel.
Deanna versus Sasha. Kyrie versus Jordan Grace. Mickie James versus Julia. Gail Kim would come out of retirement for it.
So many celebrities have been canceled for saying less blasphemy than this.
Oh man, I could talk about Impact Wrestling all the time. Can we please just get the graphics right? That's all I need. Let's update the logo. Let's be professional. Let's give Impact the shine they deserve, the spotlight they deserve.
I can't
Jeff
wait.
Jarrett's the founder.
I can't wait for the day that we talk about Impact. I can finally put a rest in peace graphic up when people finally realize that this show is done.
Oh man, and yes, Zemo Knockouts versus Stardom roster. Gail Kim is pushing heavy for that. She put it out last week. And I know if anyone can get it done, it's Gail Kim, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, one of the greatest sellers of all time. I'm also shocked because Zemo said he didn't like Santino Morel being signed. I'm all right with it. I thought if anyone would have assumed authority, I thought Gail Kim would have been perfect. She was right there. Just make her the authority figure.
Impact is sexist.
That's not what we said.
Let me ask you this really quick. Do any of these pay-per-views have an impact on Mickie James or anyone else crossing over into the Women's Royal Rumble on Saturday?
I think Mickey's going to be there, but that's about it. Yeah, there's always be 2 years in a row. We'll get Mickie with the Knockout Championship at the Rumble, and Charlotte is a champion as well. I know Charlotte and some people have been pushing for Charlotte versus Mickie eventually, so that'd be cool.
Every time Mickie James shows up with that title, she is
the real champ.
She is walking straight to the office and saying, "See, I have what it takes to take over a bullshit promotion. Let me back. Give me the respect I deserve. Save me from this nightmare I've invited myself to." No more Impact.
Before we move on from Impact, so to tell the weight you guys would barely talk about Impact before, I would try my best to bring Impact up. I would talk about it. I would share it with these guys. We have some videos up about we watched some of Impact's best matches, like the Triple Threat Unbreakable, AJ Styles versus Mojo versus Christopher Daniels. That is on the channel for What If. Not What If. Is it worth it? So definitely on the channel there. I bring up Impact whenever I can, and now it's finally a segment. We worked hard to get this segment on the show. We've been fighting for years.
I went to Fast 9 with Knock, and he kept I wanted to get his reaction on the movie and everything. But every time there was a scene or some action or stunt done, he leans over. They did that on Impact. Vin Diesel got it from Impact. The whole movie, all 4.5 hours of Fast 9, he kept leaning over and referencing Impact.
Oh man, I did. But Impact Wrestling is my favorite wrestling promotion of all time. What do you guys think of Bully Ray? I do not care for him. I can't believe he got a title shot before Macklin. Yeah, I'm done with Bully Ray. Cool bringing him back in. Nice, get a win over a former world champ, I guess. But it's time for him to go away. He's all right to me. He just can't be a long-term thing. But last thing before we finish talking about Impact, let us know in the chat below what you guys think. If the Knockouts versus Stardom pay-per-view happens, what are some of your dream matches for those two rosters? I got a ton. Let me know in the chat what you guys want.
Every single person who signed to Impact has to lose that night. Every single Stardom person.
It's crazy because Eric, who's signed to Stardom? Can you tell me a person on Stardom?
Yes, you damn sure I can. The fake CEO, Mercedes Moné.
Oh my gosh.
That answered the question. No more questions. Let's go on to Friday Night SmackDown. I can't even find the graphic for it because I put so many fake Impact graphics up. I can't find the real SmackDown one. What's
All right, let's talk
going on?
SmackDown really quick. The tag tournament for the SmackDown titles took place. We had 4 of the matches going on already. So qualifying, Drew and Sheamus, the Banger Brothers, hit Row in a very quick match. Imperium beat the Brutes, and Legado beat so that's going to be the tag tournament going forward. They're not putting too much like this into the efforts of Judgment Day going to face the Usos on Monday, but it is a big show on Monday. But I do believe these are the belts that are going to change hands first for the Usos. LA Knight had a good promo. He is so good at going against supernatural Bray Wyatt. He comes out and says what's real without making Bray Wyatt look stupid. One week you say you're not Uncle Howdy. Last week you said you are Uncle Howdy. He does a very good job. Great pairing for these two. Bray Wyatt and the Firefly Funhouse was back, and I do believe we're getting the 2 faces of Ezekiel and Elias at the Rumble. I do believe we're getting the 9 faces of Bray Wyatt at the Royal Rumble. In the Mountain Dew, if you drink too much of this, you'll black out match.
Fair enough. Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to say again, another gold star for Sonya Deville coming out. She did basic heel work about trying to get a title match with Charlotte Flair. But again, she comes out on the mic with attitude flawlessly, equals, and in some cases surpasses what Charlotte's doing out there as the champion. So again, kudos to Sonya Deville, top star.
Absolutely is. So glad to have her back. Should be women's champion someday, hopefully soon. I'm gonna take another guess. Number 4.
Number 4.
Is that how many streams you've done this week?
No.
This, Rampage, Last of Us.
Oh, and NXT, I guess. But that's not
a
it.
good guess.
That's a good guess. Figure out why I'm obsessed with number 4 this day, this episode, and you are in charge of promo school. Nothing weird or nothing heavy like speaking at someone's funeral. That's my only thing.
Alrighty. DM Persona X says I need an Impact match injected into me to become a super fan. I would much rather have arsenic injected into me. There is no way I will. The only way.
Can we get that synthesized? Can we do that?
Only way I ever become a fan is if Vince McMahon shows up one episode and announces that he has bought it and is selling it to the Saudis.
Impact's hard to kill, man.
Even when they ask for it.
Oh man.
Zemo says he wishes they would push the Viking Raiders. I thought they started to push them when they came back. What's going on with them now?
Their whole deal is fine. It's just like they want to push Drew and Sheamus versus the Usos because they're bigger names right now. That's what they're doing. And it's blatant to see before this tournament even started. So you know who's probably going to walk away with this. I do believe Legado should do this and they should get the shine, even if they don't take the belts off the Usos. Because if you see the star power and putting these two together like Sheamus and Drew, they don't need the tag belts, in my opinion. So
fair enough. I agree with that. I don't think I'm really. They seem like they have great chemistry and they're cool together. But yeah, I don't think I need them to be tag champs. I always prefer giving like a real tag team of tag belts anyway.
Yeah. Another Lacey Evans package, some Dem Boys armbands during SmackDown, and then I forgot what the package was. I can't remember if it was for the Royal Rumble or not. It might have been, but featured on TV Jericho, Daniel Bryan, and Sasha Banks.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
For the Rumble?
I can't remember if it was a Rumble package like they do by the numbers or if it was something else, but all 3 of them were on TV from old snippets. So why not address stuff that happened in your company, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason I was thinking like you meant like when they all showed up to wish a very happy birthday or happy anniversary or just wish a great day to John Cena because John Cena brings everyone together.
Pitchforks and fire.
Anything else happen on SmackDown you guys want to talk about?
Not at all.
That's it.
There's some big stuff coming, man. If you guys have nothing else, is it Pro Wrestling Noah time?
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
All right. I don't know if anybody in the chat has seen it, but so what was it? 2 years ago, Wrestle Kingdom split up from 1 pay-per-view to 2, 1 night to 2 nights. Now they split it from 1 night to 2 nights, but the second night is a few weeks later. So Wrestle Kingdom 17 Part 2 happened last night. or maybe 2 nights ago now.
Damn, I didn't even see like anything pop up about
Yeah.
it.
So this was really, because there's been a huge clip going on for the past few nights. That's been hilarious. So the big takeaway from this pay-per-view was NJPW versus Pro Wrestling Noah. You had your two heavyweight champions in a tag match. So it's Okada on one side, the IWGP heavyweight champion, and let me see if I get this name right. Is it Kiyomiya? He's the GHC heavyweight champion, the Pro Wrestling Noah champ right now, and he's killing it. He's a young dude. A lot of people compare him to Okada, pretty much coming up. And during the tag match, Okada has another guy in a pretty much in a neck hold. Simple stuff going on, transition. And Kiyomiya just snaps. He comes out there, starts kicking him in the back. Okada's getting pissed. And for the first time, I've never seen Okada pissed. Like, this shit looked real. This looked legit. And the last thing that really set him off is when he kicked him in the face. Kiyomiya kicked him in the face. Looked like he was going to break his nose. He was bleeding. And Okada snapped. Double DQ. Match thrown out. This man is whooping his ass all across outside. He's storming out, trying to finally get separated. He's out in the stands, just storming off. If you haven't seen the clip, check it out, because I don't think I've ever seen Okada lose his composure like this. Even when he lost the world title to Jay White and ended his historic run, this man was playing with balloons, man. He was happy. He became all colorful. He never snapped like this. This is a new layer to Okada, and I thought it was great. So when we finally get the singles match, it's coming up, I think, in a few weeks. The hype is there. The story is there. The two heavyweight champions, the two biggest heavyweight champions in Japan right now, going at it one-on-one. So definitely check that out.
That's
yeah, go ahead.
all right. So that's interesting because like that to me that sounds like throwing away a WrestleMania match to set up.
You would think, but like it's got so much talk. I've been seeing the buzz all over the internet this past week that it might have hyped it up even more. So now you got this one sold. Now you're selling another match. Like it, I don't know, man.
Okay. I mean, if it's working, it's working. That's cool. I'm gonna look into this clip now. Do you think like that finishes? I guess the finish is good. Then it's not. You don't feel cheated out in that.
I don't think so. I think if you've seen it, like if you were there watching, I think they did enough to like to tease you a little bit and to get you like interested. So I think that's what it was mainly for. I also don't know if this was actually the main event or not. This is just what I've seen. I didn't watch it in order, so correct me if I'm wrong. If it wasn't the main event, but I thought it did its purpose.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna look into that because I didn't know that event happened at all. For some reason my timeline did not show any of that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. And then if you haven't seen another Pro Wrestling Noah, what happened this past week, we had Sting and Darby teaming with the Great Muto in his final match. So definitely check that one out. Darby in Japan with the TNT belt looks great. I'm glad they let people do that. It just builds to his lore. He's having a great run as TNT champion. And the way they had the stage for Pro Wrestling Noah when Sting came out, they had the snow with him. They had the whole entrance. He looked so cool. It was so badass, man. So definitely check out that entrance. Check out the match. Great Muto on his last matches. I think he has one more match in his last match. I know it sounds crazy, but I think he has one more coming up at least.
Okay. Props to Sting also, just for like when he signed with WWE, I was expecting like just one run and that's it. But
yeah,
damn, he's
doing
so much.
I was expecting Sting to retire in 2009. He had pretty much he was supposed to face AJ Styles in a great story at Bound for Glory, and he's going to retire after that match, and he's just coming back. So this man is what now almost 15 years after that, still going, and he was already out of his prime then. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Let's it chats up real quick. Unless you have something to say, Zach. Sorry.
No, I'm not good. Just taking it all in.
Alrighty. Carlito, hey, one of my birthday gifts was a WCW packs of cards. It was a little gift. That's pretty cool. What do you think about that?
Happy
Zach?
birthday, Carlito.
Yeah, happy birthday.
He will be at the 30th of Raw tomorrow.
Ooh. Didn't he have what was it, like a 3-week little stint with Raw after his last Rumble appearance?
Yes. And
Did
then
he?
Creative had nothing for him.
Yeah.
No
So that's what they tried to do
raffles.
with MVP as well, but MVP found a way to stick around.
He was
Yeah,
good on the mic, and that showed him.
Yeah,
he was.
yeah.
I miss Carlito. Let's see. Alonzo with a guess. Does the 4 stand for how many AEW stars were shown on the Raw package?
No, but another good guess. Look at all these 4s are coming together, man. It was meant to be for this episode.
Yeah. Let's see. What else have we got? We got a lot of talk about about Noah and Sting discussion. CM Persona's Sting is Icon. Kaito was good. You have to see him from prime time. But yeah.
Okay.
Nice, started a nice discussion in the chat there now.
It's true. Yeah, there's so much wrestling going on this week, man. I didn't catch a lot of like the main stuff like SmackDown, but we had the Pro Wrestling Noah stuff. And the last person I'll bring up, I don't take too much time, but El Hijo del Vikingo. Have you guys seen this man?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
This dude. Okay, you guys. So Eric and Zach know how much I feel about Rey Fenix. They know the love I have for watching this man wrestle. Vikingo is the best high flyer in the world. He took the mantle. He is the guy. He is the best high flyer in the world right now, and it might not be close. I don't know where this dude came from. He's a young dude. I don't know if he has a ring in his backyard. He's just a prodigy or what. This man is doing stuff that doesn't make sense. And I used to say it about like guys like Ricochet, Ospreay, Rey Fenix. Vikingo hit another level.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's whatever company he signs to eventually, he's gonna have to go with WWE or AEW soon.
Yeah.
Both want him.
What's that?
We both want him.
Yeah, I'm rooting for
I see.
WWE.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think AEW will use him properly. I mean,
I don't know.
At best, we get like with Rey Fenix, we've gotten some really great matches out of him, but I can't. It's no Rey Mysterio career in AEW. There's no moments where I'm like, man, this really was Rey Fenix's like shining moment.
I don't know, man. I can see both sides. I think at some point, if AEW can just find a bigger audience, bigger spotlight, they can break through. Like the claim is getting some of that like nuclear like boost in the mainstream. Jade Cargill is like has a potential for that. We see some people. I think if they just position him right, like I don't see how you can't sell Rey Fenix. I just don't.
I don't see how they couldn't sell Britt Baker, but they found the way.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, I mean, wherever he goes, he's gonna be a star. Like if he does go to AEW, he's gonna be amazing to watch. He's gonna be a draw.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any other shows you guys want to talk about before we hit the news and rumors?
Just need Knock to clarify what is going on with Jade Cargill. This is match number 50. They said 49. Fill me in.
I think if anyone was listening to me, I was completely wrong. The way they positioned it, they filmed Jade Cargill's match after the Kia Forum's Dynamite and before Rampage. And Tony says it's going to be in Dark Elevation. But I don't remember seeing that happen in Dark Elevation this week at all. So if someone's seen it, they've seen it. That was supposed to be match number 48. So this match on Dynamite with the Vanity Twins was supposed to be 49. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's just me bugging out, but it looks there's a bit of confusion going on right now.
All right.
It sounds like TK is just cheating.
Yes, he is.
Again, I could just be wrong, but yeah. I think that was a good weekly recap, man. There was a lot of stuff we went over there.
Yeah. Was there anything you wanted to say about Rampage, Zach? Or
no, that's all. Rampage was what it was. We just have fun. Just thank you everyone who participated on Friday night. I had a great time. I hope you did as well. But yes.
All right. Then let's go ahead, jump into the news and rumors. I will start off with the one thing I can remember, that Devon Dudley has parted ways with WWE. He gave a post. He said that it was a mutual decision. I want to hear him talk about it because this did come out after they threatened to fire him when he wanted to go do that tribute show.
Yep.
So it's a strange situation. I can't remember. I don't think he's medically cleared to wrestle anymore because I think he had surgery. But I'm curious if this is his way of getting back with Bully and doing some things on the indie.
So Bully tweeted out a Photoshop thing of them holding every single tag team championship like ever made. And Devon said testify, and now people are wanting them to go to AEW or for him to join them in Impact. So I don't know. I thought he wasn't cleared either, but we'll see. His twins are wrestling in AEW.
They still there?
I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe on Dark. Yeah, maybe on Dark Elevation. But I'd rather, if he wants to go to AEW and be backstage, I don't really think I want to see him wrestle right now. I mean, I think I'm good on that. But if he wants to go to Impact and wrestle, hey, more power to you.
Yeah, I think I'll take that. Like if he wants to, so I'm backstage and then them run off to the kiddie pool and splash around a little bit in Impact. I'm fine with that.
Hey man, we have the best lineage of world champs in history. But go on, Eric. Go on.
And they all ran to Vinnie Mac.
Go off. Not well. No, he did too.
Yeah, exactly.
But for the longest time, not AJ Styles or Sting. They were TNA guys for the longest time.
Where's
Until
AJ
TNA decided
now?
to stop paying him. TNA didn't want to pay him anymore.
So he went to someone who could afford it.
Did you have any more news and rumors?
Not at the moment, unless I remember something. So you can go ahead.
Let me throw one out there for you because I just see this when I was doing my news and rumors. Zach, is the four films that Zoe Saldana now has that is above 2 billion?
No, that's another good one.
Okay.
Oh, that is a good one. No.
Speaking of Gail Kim wanting to have their crossover between the Knockouts and Stardom pay-per-view, Okada's been talking too. He wants to have a World Cup between all the wrestling promotions. He thinks it'd be really cool. His quote, I think it'll be fun to do something on a global scale. Maybe Okada and Nakamura could team up. He said it's very interesting. He really hopes he can get it done. He will go talk to Tony Khan and Triple H if necessary. So Okada's pushing for this heavy.
I mean,
Which
it is
also
necessary
gives
to
me
talk to them.
What happened?
I mean, it is necessary to talk to them.
Right.
Yeah. Which also gives me belief that Okada will be in the Rumble.
Wow.
Okay. So seeing as they kind of poached Mercedes, do you think that sours the relationship at all, or?
No, I think they're cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like Mercedes kind of hooks up and they were like in a fight for it. She left. She literally like walked out of the company. So I think that's a little different.
True.
Yeah. So then I talked about Pro Wrestling Noah at Wrestle Kingdom 17. They also had the pay-per-view with Noah's Bye Bye Muda. We had some great matches between Ninja Mac hitting some crazy 630, another great high flyer. We had Jungle Kiona hitting her Kiona Jungle Buster, getting a nice victory. It's pretty much like the Samoa Joe muscle buster, but except she drops down to like a neck breaker type on her shoulder, which is insane. I'm sure again there's more news and rumors I got, but for right now, I think that's it. Yeah, Zach, did you have anything?
Yeah, Kofi Kingston celebrating 15 years. So check out some
Yes.
stuff that's being posted about that. One of my favorite moments is when he got busted for the accent, and I like how he handled it. It's like a kid getting busted with his hand in the cookie jar. Love Kofi. Bianca Belair and Montez Ford were on Watch What Happens Live. That is Bravo's show with Andy Cohen late at night. I just saw a clip. I'll probably find the rest of the episode at some point and watch it. But Montez Ford, he takes it on the chin very well in the clip that I saw. So I'm looking forward to watch that. And Jesus Christ, MLW Underground is going to be on Reels Tuesday night after NXT. This is the stupidest big announcement I've heard in a long time. Reels, raise your hand if you have Reels. Raise your hand if you know what Reels is.
Hey, I know what Axis is.
Reels is like Reels looks up to stars. That's what Reels is. I'll just say that. I cannot believe like this is the new flagship show. It's gonna be 2 hours, 1 hour of old stuff, an hour of new stuff, and then Fusion is going to continue to be new stuff, but is not going to be what is featured. It's still going to be on Pro Wrestling TV and then BN Sports that like following Saturday. But this on Reels, all the eggs into one basket, just like they did with Tubi, and then Tubi and the WWE situation happened, and now that lawsuit's still going on. So I MLW, Willie Mack is now going to probably be in AEW. All these people are leaving MLW, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know who's going down first this year. MLW, NWA, or there's another smaller one that's in trouble too. But I don't know what's
not
going on,
Impact.
man.
They're not
so
smaller,
sloppy.
thank you.
Impact is King Kong compared to MLW. I've done some
Yes,
live streams
sir.
recently, and it's just like I think I promoted the organization more than MLW did, to be honest.
I feel you. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think one of those promotions is definitely gonna be gone this year. I I hope it's not NWA because I mean they just have a historic value. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Apparently their next show is sold out. So I mean, they're still doing something right.
Yeah, Tyrus.
That's not it. Maybe the Golden Boy. Maybe my guy who's teaching us wrist locks and all that.
True.
What was I gonna say? So the Raw 30 plan of the Sami Zayn Bloodline stuff is just pure cinema gold. So they changed. It's supposed to be like a tribal chief acknowledgement segment for Raw 30, but it's now changed to the trial of Sami Zayn, which I'm excited for.
But why is that? Let us know in the chats. It's very fishy because the rumors of The Rock not being able to do WrestleMania this year and them already being fine with the surprises they have for the Rumble. Now this being changed when they already had people like other members of the family that were going to be at Raw. So I don't know how they're going to do this now. And I do believe they are fast tracking the Sammy stuff just in case there is a Saudi sale. But do you think like this is because Dwayne will not be in WrestleMania this year?
So here's my thing, man. I think they're playing a whole lot of defense and miss. I'm still on the side where they're trying to misguide people and try to keep the surprise, keep the pop. We've been talking about The Rock versus Roman Reigns for years. The Rock, back in 2015 when Roman was still with the Shield, put his hand up and said, "This is going to be your future. He's a future WrestleMania main eventer, future guy. I would love to fight him one day." So we talk about all this stuff. You do this for years. Now, all of a sudden, a month before we're in Mania season, you're going to talk about, "Oh, I'm not in ring shape. I don't have enough time." You knew about this. I'm calling cap to the highest degree.
Okay.
Cap.
He gave him time. James Gunn gave his ass plenty of time, and he promoted it on Young Rock. Purposely put a thing in there where Dwayne, the kid version of him, and the kid version of Roman, so that they could fight at WrestleMania. And he looked at the camera and said, "The world's not ready yet."
There's that, and then what you just reminded me of in that show as well. When he's older and he walks through his championship accomplishments, he has a blue Universal title in there. So unless the writers or producers of that show who does the show just doesn't know the WWE belts, gets it confused, he had a Universal belt. He's not a Universal champion yet.
Right.
So there's a lot of, I think, misdirection going on. Eric, what side are you?
All right. So this man said he's not in ring shape. He's not going to get in ring shape. This man is Dwayne "The Rock" fucking Johnson. Have you looked at this man? He's born. He goes to sleep in ring shape. He wakes up in ring shape. This man is in shape. If there's any reason that he could have given, I maybe would have believed him. But nah, he's in shape. He's in shape to do 5 WrestleMania matches that night if he wanted to. So I think he'll be there. Or I think at the very least he was going to be there. Now he's waiting to see what happens with this Saudi stuff. But I think the chances are that he could still be there.
He doesn't need to win the Rumble to face Roman. That's not even a storyline that I even want to see. He doesn't need that. No. He just needs to be. All he needs to do is step up in there, listen to this applause. I'm the head of the table. Bam, match.
Yeah, like it's just like, unfortunately, like the Brock Lesnar situation. You don't need to convince us that Brock needs Money in the Bank or Royal Rumble to win. He just walks up and we're like, all right, this is happening. This is something that we will magically say he's jumped to the front of the line.
And to be honest, what would have been more funny is if you actually gave him a boombox and then each week he'd have like a different cassette in there and be jamming out to some like lame song, like a Clint Black song or something.
Oh gosh. Oh, there's no Clint Black fans out there.
I do want to hit up Noob & Co.'s question, which it falls into the news because Road Dogg says a lot of stuff. Road Dogg said Asuka should be the Roman Reigns of the women's division. Your thoughts? What do you think about that? Do you agree, disagree?
I think she should be dominant, like we said her in NXT, but to be like give her a bloodline family or like exactly how Roman is, I don't think that works for her. Plus, Roman doesn't wrestle that much.
Right.
Asuka during the pandemic wrestled more than like Roman's whole career. I agree with it with Asuka coming back as evil Asuka. No faction, no nothing.
Yes.
She's just this fucking. She's
Yes.
almost like Hawkeye, fun-loving Hawkeye, turns into Ronin. Like that's what I want from her.
Okay. So how? Okay, here's my problem with Ronin. Not MCU, but more so comics. I always thought that the Ronin that I saw was kind of bland, just like I'm dark and meh there. But I might have just read some bad comics.
That's basically.
So how do you take Asuka's personality and still have it shine as an evil Asuka? Like, how does she avoid just being that now I'm dark? That doesn't mean I can't fun anything. Like, how?
And I'm dark. That's fine. You just have her make fun of someone who she's doing an opposing thing because she can be very funny, but you have her be a very dark version of herself, but still keep that mockingness in a heel fashion. That's how.
Okay. I dig it. See, this is why Zach should just be booking everything. All right. I think that covered everything in news and rumors. Unless you guys have any last minute things. I know we always remember as soon as we get off air.
Yeah, I know. I think that's it for me though. I mean, I'm still waiting for this. Actually, I'll save it for the segment. I'll bring it up in a second.
All righty. With that, take a guess. Do you guys know why Zach loves number 4? We've had so many good guesses, so many ways that number 4 has been relevant this week alone, apparently. But with that,
I'll give you a hint. It officially started last week.
The Last of Us.
No.
How many pay-per-views until Mania? I don't know.
I was gonna say 4 months of Mania.
No, but that's not bad.
Damn, man. The fuck started last week. Let us know in the chats, man. You can take over promo school if you guess this riddle right from Riddler Zach.
The second he says it, I would be annoyed. I'm mad if you don't
I
get
am
it.
too. What happened last week?
While we think about that, I've got a game / segment for you guys here. So, for those of you who don't know, besides being a multiple time trivia champion, besides being the longest reigning and most reigns of the predictions champions, and besides being the previous winner of the Royal Rumble draw, I am also undefeated in verses.
Hold on. Can we fact check that? I don't know about that one.
I remember that because every single time we've done it, I have walked away with the W. Now, I am a giving man. Don't ask the IRS, but I'm very giving. We are going to have ourselves a triple threat versus right here. It's going to be broken up into many rounds, and here's how it's going to work. I'm going to ask you guys about a show that happens every week that we just covered in the weekly recap. You guys, we're all going to give one thing that we want to see happen. It could be a booking decision, creative. It could be a personnel. Literally any aspect of the show that you would change like that. And after that, we're going to vote. You can't vote for your own thing. You have to vote for one of the other two. And if you're in the chat, you can vote as well also. Whoever gets the most walks away with the win in this versus.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
All right. And if you guys in the chat have something that you would like to see, let us know too. First round. What would you change on Monday Night Raw? Or what do you want to see on Monday Night Raw? Since I threw the challenge, I will throw the first one out there. This is a creative decision or a booking decision. Yours doesn't have to be. But I want DIY to be the ones to take the Raw Tag Team Championships from the Usos. I want Johnny and Ciampa to get together because I think them together going against every established tag team, we could essentially have another 5-star them versus FTR situation where they can just show off every tag team that's already been established. That's it. I'm going for a simple one, a nice, easy setup.
I got a nice, easy setup for you guys too.
All right.
I'm gonna imagine we can't get rid of the third hour. For the third hour, just keep it simple. Bring back the 205 live division. Throw some X division stuff in there, man. I need some Ultimate X. Try to buy it from Impact. Get some excitement going, man. Get these people on their feet. You can use Ultimate X is a 6-man match. Get some people on the television. Use your women for that match too. Just get some X Division style matches for 205 for the third hour.
All right, a return to 205 Live on the Raw.
Right, so the third hour can't go away.
You know what?
That's
Honestly,
all I was saying.
I feel like
If that's a cheap one, if that's an easy one, I'll try to think of something.
yeah, because I think we would all say that. So I think we all agree that definitely should happen. Even Zemo says it. So let's not include that one.
All right. I think that they need to bring in someone who can make a not MVP, but a brand new person. I don't care if you find a comedian or an actor or someone who can be an old school manager for multiple talents and bring back a form of the Heenan family to help these younger NXT people get over more.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, let's get down to voting. If you're in the chat, feel free to let us know which one you think is better. I'll take the first vote then. So it's between a 205 Live back on Raw and an old school manager Heenan family. Honestly, at first I wasn't gonna vote for you, Knock, because 205 Live didn't work too well the first time. But Triple H really turned 205 Live around that little time that he had it. Like, it was actually worth watching. I think because they already have Paul Heyman, I think I'm leaning a little towards Knock. I think I would take Knock. I'm gonna vote for Knox.
What you got, Zach?
I'm going to vote for Knock as well, with the stipulation that it's not 205 Live, that it is a version of the X Division, because you can pump one of the middle top of the hours up with that. Like, it's late at night now. Now it's time for the 9 o'clock, whatever, 205 Live or X Division match. Get people pumped up. You can make like a Michael Buffer kind of announcement.
Yes, sir.
Just like it is a steel cage match or whatever, but not a steel cage, but for that can be your like cup of coffee going into the third hour. I actually really like that.
Well, actually, okay, so I actually want to ask one question that might change my vote for you now. This
Yeah, bro, you gotta take it back. You got a string on the penny or what?
You damn straight out, dude. That's how you become the CEO. Is this cruiserweight division, this X division, are they restricted to this division like 205 Live was?
No, you don't have to be. But it's just where you can get a spotlight and build yourself.
All right, then yeah, okay, you keep my vote then. Because I was my only complaint about the remodel.
No, I hate when they do that. Like, just you don't have to do all that. But
right.
I see what your point.
All right, and then the last vote, you already won this one, Knock, but it goes to you. New manager for Heenan family or DIY takes the Raw Tag Championships.
I'm a big fan of DIY, but I do like Zach's one as well. I'll vote for DIY, but Zach, you got my vote as well. So you get the people's vote.
And Alonzo voted for me as well. I mean, that's as the people's CEO. But Knock, you get this one for Monday Night Raw.
You can be the CEO, but I'm the Robin Hood, man. I'll get all the people in the chat the money.
Next up, what would you change on Tuesday night NXT? Zach, you can take this one. That's a good one.
Tour. I know it's cheap being where they are and just doing it there, but it's starting to look ridiculous with the fake people, and which we found out on Tuesday night together watching it live. They pumped in cheers. We know it only seats 200. Don't make it sound like a stadium, dummies. But go and tour. If you're going to do touring, make it be part of your storylines and film it, and just film enough stuff where you can take stuff out if you need to, or if someone gets in trouble on Twitter, you can substitute a match. That's that's NXT for me.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
How about you, Knock?
Before I say mine, but I do agree with Zach. Like, you don't have to, go crazy like the main roster, but get a few different venues in there, a few different cities, change up the look. I'm shocked they didn't try to use the old Impact Zone, because the way that place looked was beautiful. It was great for TV. But for NXT, who's down there? Who's my guy? Carmelo Hayes, the man who can't miss. Put the world title on my guy. Get it off Braun Breaker. I like Braun. We thought he was going to get called up like a while ago. It's not working. So get Carmelo Hayes in there as world champ.
Okay. For mine, I'm gonna say since NXT right now, we don't know if they'll change it now that they can. Right now they're focusing on it being a developmental territory. I'm gonna say once every 5 months, you have a special match. It could be a ladder match, it could be a cage match, whatever you want it to be. But you get your top wrestlers in that match, and the winner is given a contract to face any main roster superstar they want on the next pay-per-view, just for exposure.
Mm.
Sort of like a not a call up. They're not getting promoted full time, but they get to go up on TV and they get to act like they get to have a full on match. Like this has to be a time worthy match. If Carmelo won, he could walk up to Seth Rollins and say, "I want a 30-minute match with you at I don't know, I don't know the name of modern day WWE pay-per-views anymore." But yeah. All right, Zach, kick us off with the first vote between.
I'm gonna vote with yours because that's a good test. It's not just doing main event; it's the ultimate. If you have like your top women or men in a match, like one of these people you gotta push no matter what. But now you can just test them and see how a live crowd reacts with hype and build up. I like that a lot. And Knock, I'm not voting for yours because Mello will be in the Rumble and he's getting called up.
You've been calling it for a while now. I think you're right.
Could happen. I mean, it's a time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, Zach, yours was what was yours again?
Canceling the Justice League.
You got my vote.
Never.
They're going on tour, and that's their television show. So it's not in that rinky-dink arena.
I'm going to vote for that because I think Carmelo's ready. I don't see the NXT championship as the prize I used to. So him winning it.
Not since Dolph Ziggler won it.
Honestly, I think no offense to Dolph, because I mean that was kind of cool for the time to see him go and help elevate that. But I think that is around the time I stopped valuing the NXT title as much. So I think Carmelo can move on. I'm perfectly fine putting him in the list of people who should have been champion, but it just never happened.
Yeah.
And then your call, Knock. I think you have the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I think I might go with Zach. I think I need to see like a different change the venue, man. That's kind of what my problem with AEW too. Like they're in bigger venues and it's nice, but like it's always dark in there sometimes. And like they don't change up the look, make it feel good a lot of times. So and that's even bigger on NXT right now. So like I don't know what they got to do, but touring seems like that could be a good answer. You don't have to go crazy like the main roster, but just get into different venues. Let them experience that.
Even if it's I don't want to say bingo halls, but you don't need to be in a big place. You don't need to be in a main roster place. You can make it look special. Again,
Yeah.
Cheap things like banners, they're so cheap and easy. You bring them along, and then you have your entrance like you normally do, and it's fine.
Yeah, I agree. I will give them props for the fight pit cage setup they did during the pandemic, because I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that a lot more than Thunderdome. I know a lot of people like Thunderdome. Looking back, I hated it. Whenever I think about it, I think of like pumped up audio, reusing clips that they thought were okay. That was the
NXT
peak.
now, so yeah, don't watch.
Yeah. That was the peak of WWE cheating to make themselves look good. All right. Next up, what would you want to happen on AEW Dynamite? Knock, you get the first shot.
Ooh. Putting me on a spot. First shot. I don't miss like my name is Mello. Change AEW Dynamite. This could be the easy one out, but I'm going to say it. Put more women in the spotlight. Damn. All these other shows could do it with ease, with finesse, like Impact Wrestling and the Knockouts. I don't want just one women's match. Give me two. Hey, maybe sometimes three.
All right.
Get your TBS champion on TBS. Like you can't make it up. If you're bringing in Mercedes Bonet, you better get some spotlights ready. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Here's what we're gonna have a mini vote right now, because is that as easy as the take away the third hour of Raw? Are we gonna allow that?
If you don't want to allow it, I do have back just in case.
I was going to vote for that. That's again, Saraya cannot turn heel and just crap on her own promos saying AEW is the best women's division in the world, and then weeks later, just be like, oh, fucking AEW people, like they don't get it. Not Tony Storm, like you can't do that.
If you're fine allowing it, then I'm fine. That could be Knox Century then. I'm gonna go with make ROH the YouTube show. Get rid of Dark or Dark Elevation, whatever. Take all that resources, put it into ROH. Make it the new NXT Black and Gold, essentially, because that there's still a vacuum there. NXT might still be there, but it's no Black and Gold. You make it a pure wrestling show that appeases the old fan base and invites the new by having appearances from AEW people. They don't take over the show. They can be there, they can wrestle matches, but they don't get to be in the main storylines. They're not the focus. It's ROH as a separate show that focuses on wrestling.
Another good one. I'm going to go backstage on this one and say they need people working with them on promos. This Hangman one was awful. Some other people who I don't want to mention were awful because I actually love them and I want them to get better and I don't want to put the stink on them. MJF is coasting. I need people backstage in AEW working on promos. And if we're talking about Dark and Dark Elevation, every match, since you have free TV on YouTube, every match, one person from the match cuts a promo on the mic in front of people with lights on and cameras. They got to practice early.
Yeah. For the most part, like this entire time, I do agree with Zach on MJF. I will say last week, he actually kind of sold me on a few of his promos. I did like some of his backstage stuff, giving Brian Cage the money, or like kind of how he's playing that type of darker character. He wants, we said against Bryan Danielson. That was kind of cool. That was a little different layer, but he still has a long way to go.
I mean, I really like that. I want to clarify for everyone, Zemo and Primetime saying ROH should go on TV. We just saw them block a Jay Briscoe tribute show. On YouTube, you can do whatever the hell you want. That's the main reason I want them on YouTube.
I'm shocked they didn't get the HBO Max. I could have sworn like the way Tony Khan was hyping this up. This man was a smile face like, I got huge news. I'm bringing Ring of Honor to Honor Club, bro. you can't make this shit up, man. I thought HBO Max was coming.
Right.
Cocaine makes you think you're flying, knock.
And we're almost through January. It's what, January 22nd? He said in January, Honor Club is going to bring the Ring of Honor shows. Where's the Ring of Honor episodes? Where's the promotion for it?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man, what's going on with that. I think a lot of stuff might have fell through behind the scenes, to be honest.
True.
It's not really for my change, but I do want to say I missed the Dr. Britt Baker what do you call the waiting room
segment? Yeah,
Waiting room.
Yeah. I thought that was gold, and they kind of dropped the ball on that.
Only one time on television, and that was for Cody.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right, Knock. You get the first vote. Who are you voting for? You voting for ROH to YouTube, or are you voting for someone to teach these youngins how to cut a promo?
Because I think there are people backstage trying to teach them, or maybe they're not listening, or maybe I do think people are backstage trying to coach them on certain things. We didn't see it work for Britt Baker. She said Jericho, Omega helped her with her promos, and that worked tremendously. But we're not seeing it with everybody else. So I will say, get Ring of Honor. Do everybody be on? Yeah, I say get Ring of Honor on YouTube. I guess you don't have to. Maybe if you want to do the Honor Club, where you can pay for it and get some the full episodes there, but get some form of Ring of Honor on YouTube and just get it going, man. Get it going. So I'll vote for
$9. I wouldn't even pay $4 right now with everything else. So.
What is the 4? What does it mean?
Is that how many women matches there were on WWE programming?
Oh no, they had more than that.
All right. Is that how many was on AEW?
No, they had less than that.
All I know is that you flashed the 4 when Knock was talking about the women, so I was wondering.
Oh, interesting.
All right.
That's not it. So I don't want you to veer into the false direction.
Okay.
That's not it.
Okay. All right then. My vote now. It's between coaching or get more TV time for women. I mean, I don't want to vote for Knock because I think that would give him the win. But yeah, the women need more time on TV.
That's crazy. I'm just hating out here.
They do. I'm going to vote
Trying
for
to
it
hold
too.
it back.
Every Rampage, even Happy Birthday Carlito points it out at the start of every show. The card, one women's match, or like it's a ridiculous joke, especially when it's the exact same time on Dynamite. It's 9:20, 9:25, or 9:30 every week on Dynamite, and let's just cram them all into one segment. Rather, I don't know. It needs to happen. Knock gets my vote.
Yeah. All right. I've had more shows lined up, so we're going to say that this is the end of part 1. Next week we will continue part 2. But right now we'll say that Knock, you got 2 points, Zach, you got 1, CEO's got a goose egg, and we'll find out who wins versus next week. So hit that subscribe button and come back next week.
You saw the Death Triangle Elite Best of 7. This is the Best of 2 series. We'll see you next week. Final boss in the league.
With that, I believe it's time to hear that famous catchphrase, Knock.
With that, okay, real quick before we get to the famous catchphrase, I do want to put out a missing report for a few people on the AEW roster. Where in the world is our 2-time TNT champion, former TNA member, our TNT Custom Lakers champion, Scorpio Sky? Can we get a PPB, MIA, whatever it's called? I can't speak right now, but can we find and locate the man of the sky that is Scorpio, former SCU? That's the first one. Can we locate the whereabouts of your monster, Abaddon? Where in the world has Abaddon been? Why can't we see her? Why can't we find her? The monster, the zombie. And lastly, but not least, where in the world AEW is my guy Miro?
So, I can answer one of those at least. Scorpio had a leg injury.
Oh shoot.
Last update I saw was December 4th, I believe, where they like mentioned that he's been gone for 5 months. So there's that. Abaddon, she or they, sorry, non-binary, sorry. No, you're fine. They, I can't remember the date, but they spoke about how they are still signed to AEW. They just don't do anything. They're just not there. So you're that's a good one to ask because they're healthy. I think they wrestle other locations. It's just not getting invited. And they have a full contract, which is weird. So
I just don't get it. But with that being said, I'll be bringing this segment back every week. Quick little segment on where in the world are these wrestlers that are assigned to these companies, because we have not seen them. We haven't heard from them. But with that being said, it's been a great show. Thank you, everyone in the chats. The chat has been crazy. It's been wonderful. You guys would pop it off. We love the support. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're enjoying what you're seeing. Get us to 900. The CEO of the Justice League, the Infinity Champion, his birthday is next month. Can we hit 900 before his birthday? Can we get there? Can we reach that mark? Get us there. Get the duck off of Zach's streams if you like what he's doing on Friday nights with trivia. But with that being said, all the talk, all the commotion, the wrestling.
Actually, I do have a little bit more talk. I just realized.
Oh man!
I just realized. So to answer your question, so Abaddon, I'm seeing that they were injured at an indie show in November. So that
but even before then, they haven't been on TV in a long time.
Yeah, even before then, they were out. But also, you reminded me, while you got this missing in person report, I actually have some advice of my own. Because if you've ever been wondering, how do you get as rich as the CEO? How do you make it as big as Justice League Inc.? Here's your advice. Now, this advice was written before. This was written Thursday. But you know what? I'm sticking to it. Go to Vegas. Put all your money on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm sure you could find someone who's willing to hold on to your money until next year. So just give them all your money. Let it increase with interest. And bet next year, Jacksonville Jaguars are going to walk away with the Lombardi Trophy and the WWE title. Throw all your money. Throw your life savings into it. Someone will hold on to it for next year. Don't even get a receipt. Don't start a contract. Trust them. That's how you make the money.
Oh, man.
Are they out?
They're out.
Okay.
They deserved it. They fought tooth and nail. They fought like champions. They swept the leg. They went Johnny Lawrence on
It's funny he said that, actually, because Jericho posted before the game started. Jericho posted that he was there supporting the Jaguars in the owner's box. And when I saw that, I was like, fuck, they might lose. I ain't gonna lie. And then later on at the end of the game, they had a chance to win. Mahomes got hurt. There was 2 chances where they should have won the game. But people dropped the pass. At the end of the game, you see that Montez Ford and Bianca Belair were there in Chiefs gear. And I'm like, damn, man. You just throwing shots. But Jericho, man, when Britt posted that she was there, they won. Jericho posts, they don't know what they're doing anymore.
Oh, my God. With that.
But yeah, yes.
Please, go ahead.
With that, enough talk. We didn't get the 4s, but it is time for the main event of the evening. Promo School. Zach, take it away.
All right. We're going to do 2 things on Promo School. I want to give 4 of our favorite Raw moments each.
Was that the 4?
Let that marinate. No. What we're going to do now is, because you didn't get the 4, one of you is going to cold call and sell 4 to the other. Since you don't know what it is, you got to do your best to sell it.
The 4 for the 4 letters of Cena.
Hey.
Disgusting.
4 more years of Peacemaker.
Ugh.
Okay.
All right. So whoever wants to sell to the other, and if you're the other person, if you can make it seem like a legit cold call that you would get.
Okay.
So we're just
Turn the
selling
person on a little bit and try to get information, and then the person who is selling for, like, I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'll tell you after Promo School what the 4 really stood for. Just sell it, just generically as you can. Say whatever you want, but try to be generic so the person on the other end doesn't exactly know what it is either.
Okay, I kind of get what you're saying. How you feeling, Eric? I can go either way.
You could take it.
Want me to sell it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Oh man, all these people in the chat, you had all podcast long to guess what my attraction right here, number 4 is. The best part of Monday Night Raw coming up is 4. If you want to make some money, you invest in 4 because they're bringing so much to the program. They're putting butts in seats. If 4 show up to your house today and they walked in your fridge and ate, you let them. You let them do that because the talent that 4 possesses, the experience in years. And it's crazy because sometimes I think 4 is not even a person. I don't think it's human. I think what 4 brings could be considered a group sometimes. It's like when you're fighting one guy and it feels like 20. 4 all around. It surrounds you. It breathes life into you. It has all the gold, all the cars. It could be a car. The way it moves, how it functions. I'm telling you, Eric, man, when you go to Monday Night Raw, I don't care where you are. Buy a ticket, fly in, spend all your money, and watch what 4 does. Now, you might say to yourself, it's been a long time since we've seen 4. Some of you might not even seen 4. You might be too young. You might have just gotten to wrestling yesterday. But if you haven't seen 4, you're in for a treat. And I'm so excited for you guys to experience what Zach tells you.
Is it a subscription cost for Peacock?
I hope not.
No, it's not. 2 things. 1, very nice job, Mac. I love the vagueness of it. And 2, you're the rudest cold caller ever. Why? Because you not only cold called Eric, but you didn't even acknowledge him or say hello.
Listen, I've been on this call for days, calling people left and right for hours, man. I haven't got a break today. Listen, I'm trying to get through my job. If you're gonna buy it now.
Seeing as I don't know what this 4 is. I don't know if it's real, if it's ephemeral. I don't know if it's monetary. I just, you know what? Screw it. Yeah, I live on the edge. Justice League Inc. is
get me my commission, Zach. I learned from Eric. I sold before I bought.
I've just been Googling everything that could have been 4. I don't know what it could be.
Listen, man, I don't know either, man, but I'm selling the shit.
All right, you did it. You sold it. You get a pass for sure. No 4 pillars. It is WWE related. Let's go through 4 favorite moments in Raw. I'll give you hints as we go along. 4 of mine. I'm not going to number them. 2 of my favorite ones are in our thumbnail. 2 that are so good. Both of them wiped the smirk off that asshole Cena's face. I absolutely loved both of these moments. These are 2 of mine. Brock Lesnar coming back. And the most diabolical sell of all time, Mark Henry in the salmon-colored jacket.
Gold.
Oh, man. This is why they need to be part of Emmy nominations. Mark Henry right there. These are 2 of my favorite moments in Monday Night Raw. Another one of mine is going to be Paige coming in the Monday after WrestleMania. I never watched NXT up to this point. I didn't know who Paige was. She came in, that scream hit for AJ Lee as she was in the ring, and the music and everything, it was great. It sold well. It surprised the hell out of me. That is another one of my top 4 of Monday Night Raw. And then a 4th one from Monday Night Raw. I thought I had a 4th one. I'll just say Mike Tyson and Stone Cold Steve Austin. This was before you have any kind of well, there were kind of dirt sheets at the time, but not too many people had access to it like we do today. Mike Tyson sold his appearance in the punches, and I would love to hear Stone Cold's take on here if he just told Tyson to swing, because it felt so real and raw that I absolutely. Like, that made me not even care about WCW at the time anymore. I was done with Nitro after that Monday Night Raw. So Tyson selling the hell out of it to Stone Cold. Those are my top 4. Monday Night Raw as Raw turns XXX. And the 4 has to do with we're entering WrestleMania season. I'll just say that.
It's not. No, it's not.
It's not the 4 big pay-per-views that WWE has, right? No.
No, it's Rumble. 5 now.
What's the 5th? Oh, that's Saudi Arabia stuff.
Money in the Bank. No, Money in the Bank.
Oh, Money in the Bank. Oh, yeah, it does count.
I guess you can count that.
I mean, they're taking it to England.
Yeah. All right. My first moment is when John Cena was drafted to Monday Night Raw. He came out there. Eric Bischoff is feeling all high and mighty. He's welcoming John Cena. You know what Cena does, Zach? Do you know what Cena did to proclaim that this was his show? Do you know what he did to proverbially piss on this show and mark his territory? He AA'd Eric Bischoff. Or, I'm sorry, he FU'd Eric Bischoff back in the day. And he said, "Welcome to the new Raw, bitch." And that was when you knew this was his show. That's number 1. Number 2. R-Truth, John Morrison, fighting for the right to fight John Cena for the WWE Championship. Morrison would get the win. R-Truth would turn on Morrison, and it would begin his heel turn. One of my favorite heel turns and favorite heel just runs in all of pro wrestling, because R-Truth was golden and deserved the WWE Championship during that time.
100%.
Number 3, Rey Mysterio. He works his ass off to become WWE champion. After CM Punk walks away with the championship, it's vacant. Rey Mysterio goes through the entire show, and he is crowned the WWE champion. Only for reality to smack him in the face as he learns that you can be champion for an hour, but you'll never be champion for life, because John Cena came back and he said, "Rey, vaya con Dios, vaya con Cena, I'm taking my championship back." 1, 2, 3. Rey Mysterio won the shortest WWE title reigns of all time.
But he was champ.
He was champ. And number 4. Man, this is one that I actually regularly go back to, because say what you will about Enzo, but I really appreciate the story of how they need to kill time, and he just said, "Give me a microphone and send every cruiserweight out there, and I will kill time for as long as you need." And he cuts a promo on every single cruiserweight on the roster, um, completely improv, or maybe he had like notes in his back pocket or something. But as a guy who does promos, I really value that segment.
Yeah, Eric is the promo guy. If you guys have not seen, great
not
promos.
before you kick it off. The 4 has to do with WrestleMania.
4 has to do with WrestleMania.
Is it? I'm gonna steal Black Galaxy answers. Is it somehow W4's? It's tax season.
Oh gosh.
No, Vince wouldn't be too happy.
And Black Gallic, what do you do if you're in the Just Us League? Do you get W4s? Let me tell you right now, Just Us League, let's just say we keep it under the table, right? The IRS comes a knocking, you ain't home.
What the heck is going on here, bro?
That's how you get Just Us League Inc. money.
Oh man, we were just watching Living Single the other day, where Max finally got a job after she got laid off, and the whole job got arrested. Hey, what's going on over there, bro?
Knock, what are your top four that you really love?
Fuck, man. Some big moments on Raw. I'll say one that always resonates with me. I loved when CM Punk cashed in on Edge. So I think this is the second. This is the first time Edge got cashed in on. Second time CM Punk did it. Batista laid him out, beat him up, and at this time I was so pissed off with Edge because he did the same thing to Undertaker like the year before. And now he got his comeuppance. CM Punk did it to him. So that was really cool stuff there. My boy AJ Styles made his debut. He debuted at the Rumble, but he finally was wrestling on Raw. It brought me back in there, man. It was some cool stuff, great matches. He was whooping Jericho. So yeah, AJ Styles for sure. Let me see. A lot of them might have to do with Edge. Edge was really carrying Monday Night Raw for me for a long time. What was the match? There's a match where I think it's Shawn. Is it Shawn Michaels and Cena when they tagged together, looking like to be a great tag team? Then Michaels turned on him. I think that happened on Raw as well. Or no, was it Triple H? It's when Shawn Michaels when he super kicked Shelton Benjamin. That was the crazy thing, man. I love seeing that. One of the highlights of the century. Shit. I don't know if I can cut it down to 4 because then I hate to bring him up, Zach, but John Cena when he tossed Edge into the freaking ocean, I was like, bro, what? I remember going to school the next day saying he tossed him into the fucking ocean. Are you kidding me? Edge when he debuted the Rated R Championship. I know this is like more than 4, but like there's so many moments you really start thinking about it, sit down.
You reminded me also of Batista deciding which championship he's gonna go after winning the Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah,
yep. Triple H in the whole thumbs down to Orton.
Yeah.
With Batista on his shoulders of Batista. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of great stuff from Monday Night Raw for me.
Well, we got 3 hours of recaps for it. Let us know your favorite Raw stuff in the comments. Anything that you love that we should go back and watch too. That you just get goosebumps for, especially seeing it get knocked the fuck out. But yeah, all good stuff. And so the 4, do you guys want to know what it is finally?
Yes, tell us, man.
Is this where you find out you bought 4 tickets and the 4th person is John Cena?
that's good, but no. I wouldn't let him be my Uber driver to WrestleMania. Just hair falling out all over. The 4 represents the 4th year in a row of the weekend having the theme song to WrestleMania.
Oh my gosh, I just saw that. I literally just saw that. Like, oh my gosh.
We joked about it last year or the year before. Like, if they go straight to the pandemic for like ever, he's just gonna have all his albums be WrestleMania hits. But like for the 4th year in a row, they're using them. It's not even
he's a new flow rider.
Yeah. Are you missing the flow rider period?
He just won some big ass lawsuit. I like this though. It's a big change because when we were growing up watching it, especially during the Attitude Era, it was just the heaviest song they could find was the theme to every pay-per-view. It's a nice way to promote WrestleMania to me. It doesn't need to be, Saliva or Drowning Pool or all those ones that were around that era. So it's a nice break. I enjoy it. But that's the 4.
Okay. I wouldn't have got that. So I guess I did. So that's proof I wouldn't have got it. But
I should have got it because I literally just seen that. Oh my gosh.
Ah man. So we haven't had chats in a while. Before we do the closing up, let's set this up. Lots of people were playing along with us in the game versus hit you up as much as I could. Black Gallic, great show once again. Thank you. Air Percy Carter jumping in the chat saying sorry for being late. How was your day? Our day's been pretty good, I think. We had a great show.
Yeah, great show.
Yeah. Black Gallic asking, what about benefits? Does Justice League Inc. cover glasses? How much do we cover? I'll let you know exactly. So, first of all, I'm gonna give you a sock. I'll give you a sock. You can choose a sock, and then I'm gonna give you a roll of quarters. You put those quarters in the sock. You go out in the street, find someone with a nice pair of glasses, right? I want you to, and you don't gotta get it right the first time because the sock is reusable. Knock them out. Just knock them out. Assassin's Creed style. Check to see if that prescription works. Make sure that prescription works for you. Make sure it's perfect. It don't work, move on to the next person. Jack the Ripper their asses. That's how we cover you. And then we cover you with an alibi. That's what you get from Justice League Inc.
Listen, man, the views of the CEO do not represent the whole podcast. If you guys trace this back, I was not involved.
And I believe I can't find it now.
Florida man swings on people with glasses with a coin sock.
If that ain't a real headline by now, I'll be surprised. Air Percy Carter asking, what song is it? Do you guys know?
No.
I'll find out really quick.
Alrighty. And while he's finding that out, Primetime saying he's watching the Cowboys versus 49ers and listening to us. Thank you for making us a part of your day. This is one of the longest episodes we've done, almost 2 hours.
For sure.
So while Zach finds that, let's go ahead and start wrapping up. Knock, anything you want to promote? Any last words you want?
Okay, we for sure, we have a plan going on. We have a lot of big things coming. The tier lists are going to make a return. We have tier list ideas. Now we just got to record them, put them out there for you. So it's going to be coming, and we're going to get that backlog for you. I got some edits going for my champion series. More videos that's coming, so soon that'll be coming out weekly for you guys. We got Is It Worth It's coming. We've been trying to get together on that. Me and Zach are reviewing The Last of Us, so we got a new plan here. We're gonna watch Last of Us. Hopefully going forward, if you guys like it, you guys are enjoying it. Every Monday going forward, we're gonna have a live Last of Us review and breakdown. I'm gonna look for all the little details. There's a few I missed in last episode that I'll be covering in tomorrow's review, so definitely check it out. Some really cool little details they're doing that I think you guys will appreciate. So definitely check out the breakdown. We're checking the episode out tonight. I think it's starting in like 10 minutes. So definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. We'll give you another night to watch it. The review coming tomorrow. Was that?
Oh, sorry. It's not another numbers thing. 6 minutes it starts.
Oh, the 6 minutes coming on, man. I'm excited for that. So let us know what you guys like. Hit the subscribe button. Get us to 900 on the journey to 1K. And the Rumble's next week. We're still putting some plans together. We're going to get some conversations going, but the Rumble, be there. You might get a number, you might get a drawing. Maybe you can win.
On that, I actually have a challenge throw for y'all. So, the way we do it is if you draw the number, that number wins, you win that Rumble. I'm throwing out the challenge. The first one to get eliminated has to watch a Hate Is It Worth It. So, for example, if I'm the first one out, I will watch an Impact match that you people decide. If Zach is the first one out, I'm going to find the most John Cena-ish match there is, and he has to watch it. And I don't know what Knock hates. Maybe I'll find one where AJ Styles loses or something, but...
Honky Tonk Man.
That's right. He's got to watch
let's kill that noise. Let's kill that noise. I was going to say I don't hate anything in wrestling, but then you reminded me I do. So, yeah, never mind. There's the freaking Sky Jew Hottie doing the worm nonsense.
That's right.
I'll get you Bastion Booger's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So definitely join us for the Rumble. And also thank you guys again for this being one of the longer episodes. You guys stuck around from start to finish, even a little bit before the start. So thank you so much. You guys make this really fun to do every week. Look forward to it. Subscribe, hit the bell icon. Zach was on it with the streams last week. The surprise NXT one. So you got to subscribe so you know what's coming on. And also subscribe so we can get to 1,000. Because once we hit 1,000, and we start blowing up, you know, even more now, you want to say that you were part of the day ones. You want to say you were there.
Yes, that'd be cool to say, man. We got a few people in there, man. A lot of day ones coming up. Prime time. I don't know if you were day one, but you stuck around for a little bit there. Shout out to you, Black Gallup, Percy Carter. 1K coming soon, man. Very excited for that. Very excited for the channel. Zach, any final words?
Less Than Zero is the weekend song.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Less Than
But
Zero?
I'll check it out.
Okay.
Yeah. So shout out to y'all, man. Eric, any final words? You were going off there?
Subscribe and let us know what videos you want to see. And also, again, hit the comments after this. Let us know any Briscoe matches you think would be cool to look back on.
Let us know some Briscoe matches. Let us know what you want to see. If Impact has a crossover with Stardom, put that in the comments for us to vote on, man. I'm excited. Good stuff in wrestling.
If you comment after this video about Impact, I will flag it for inappropriateness, and I will see to it YouTube bans you.
Comment about Impact and tag that man, Eric. Dedicate your Impact matches to Eric.
I will get you banned.
With that
We'll
being
change the
said,
password before Eric gets to it.
with that being said, episode 142 in the books. Zach, where can they find us?
They can find us right here celebrating each other. Eric said it before, give the flowers to the people while they're still here. So thank you all for being in the chats, for subscribing and doing all that. We really, really honestly appreciate it. We talk about your comments off air too. So we do care about what you say in the comments because you do say some good stuff. And we're celebrating each other. We got Carlito's birthday today. Happy birthday. Fat Laces on Wednesday. Happy birthday. Eric next month. Happy birthday. I said it. Now I can forget it. Everyone to celebrate the people in your life as they're in there right now. So be excellent to each other.
Right, because Popcast is done now, baby. Popcast is done. Popcast is done.
What is
now,
that tune?
baby.
That sounds so familiar.
Popcast is gone. Talk is Jericho. That is the last bit of flowers I'll give him ever. Thank you all for watching. Have a great one. Peace out.